Hello, hello. Hi, folks. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone.
Oh, so
Oh, hi, Will. That's good. If you can hear me, I'm hoping everybody else can. Are you there, folks? Perhaps either turn on your mic and say hi so I know you're there, or send me a quick chat so I know that you're alive and well. There's some info on the screen for you, which I hope you can see. Is that showing, Will, the info on the screen?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
hi, Will. How you doing? You all right?
good, thank you.
Cool. I just need to work out where the 50 mark point is, also where we're going to start. 50 mark point we want. 4, 6, 12, 12, 20, 24. Right. So we're going to start at question 9 today, everyone. We're going to start 30 marks into the paper. And people often like to know what 50 marks is, so I'll just work that out now as well. 50 marks. I need 4, 10, 14, 20. So the 50 mark point is question 14, right? Okay. Right, we still got, oh, it's 10 o'clock already. Crikey. Right, everybody, let me just let these last two in. Right, everybody seems to be arriving at the last minute today. Hi, Mia, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hi, Chloe. Right.
Hi.
Hi, Caleb. I can see you. Thanks for turning on your cameras, guys. If you are happy to turn on your camera, it does help me because it means that I'm talking to a person rather than a blank screen. But if you'd rather not turn on your camera, of course I will survive. Um, what was I going to say? Please feel you can use the chat facility if your mic isn't working or if you don't want to speak. That's absolutely fine. Make sure you've got the right paper, everybody. I'll do that in a minute. Write down the grey boundary that matters to you first. Okay, grey boundaries are on the screen. And this paper is the partner paper to the one that we did last week. So if you were here last week, you can add up both your marks and see what you would have got for real if you were doing your paper in summer 19. Okay? So you can always ask me to go back to the grey boundaries anyway if you want to know what the next one up is. Okay? We are going to start. Last week, I thought this worked okay and nobody objected, so we're going to do the same again. I'm going to start at question 9, which is 30 marks in. So that means that we'll get, and obviously towards the end, we'll go back to the beginning of the paper. Okay. So we'll still do the whole paper, but it means that we'll just start at question 9. Okay. And if I'm carrying on and say I'm on question 20, and if you think I've had enough of this, then just go back to the beginning before me. Don't feel like you've got to do what I'm doing. Okay. And please, as usual, I'll be quiet for a bit in a minute. You'll be pleased to hear. And then, if you want a hand getting started on whatever question you're on, just ask me to help you out to get started on the question you're on. And you can ask me verbally or you can send something in the chat. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Um, I haven't made everybody say hello to me today. Do I need to do that, or are you all okay? There you go. That was hopeless. Right. Okay. So I hope you're happy. If you're not, talk to me. Make a start from question 9. Ask me if you want a hand. Hi, Beatrix. Hi, Ed. I'm not going to say everything all over again because everybody will get very cross with me. But we're starting on question 9, okay? Hi, Rania. We're starting on question 9, all right? Important bit coming on the screen now. Do not mess up that minus minus y. Ask me if it doesn't make sense.
Wait, do you add like the equations?
Now,
Or
Mia, what I would do is you see, the trouble is when you learn to do these at school, because you're learning maths, not how to pass an exam, you learn it in all sorts of different ways, right? If I were
yeah,
you, I would just always get the x's equal and then subtract. So
I
in
did.
this,
I got a different answer.
okay,
But
so did you subtract the equations?
no, I added them.
Okay, well, when I say when I say get the x is equal and then subtract, I mean get the x is equal and then subtract the equations.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so did you multiply the top one by 3?
Yeah.
So you got the same as me.
Yeah.
Now we're going to subtract the equations because we're subtracting the equations because look, we've got the same number of x's in both equations. So if you subtract the equations, the x's will be eliminated, will disappear.
Because I always thought it was like different signs add.
Yeah, but just get the x's equal and then subtract. And look, it happens to be same sign, doesn't it, with the x's? So it's same sign subtract.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but just don't worry about it. Just get the x's equal and then subtract. And
Okay.
it will always be same sign subtract then. Okay?
Okay.
And you never have to think what to do. You just get the x's equal, then subtract. Now because you added, you'll have got something different. So now you try subtracting and see if you get what I get.
Okay.
And if you don't, then let me know and I'll help you out.
Okay.
When you added, I'm guessing you got 6x
Yeah.
plus. So you didn't get rid of x's or y's, did you?
No.
Okay. I hope it's looking better for you, Mia. If it's not, then talk to me. Good. Okay. Thanks. Now, if you're on number 10 or number 11 or number 12 or number 13 and you want me to get you started, just ask a question. Happy if I move on, Mia? Okay. Talk to me if you want a hand.
How would you do 10B?
Okay, let's have a look. So everybody, I'm going to do 10B with whoever it was. So if you want to do 10B with me now, now's a good time to listen. So I've got to find the 4 straight lines that surround that region, yeah?
Yeah.
Who am I talking to? Chloe.
Chloe.
Okay, right. So this is one of the straight lines. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you
hmm
know the equation of that line?
Is it y equals 3?
It is, because it's the line that crosses the y-axis at 3.
Uh-huh.
What
Okay.
about this one? This is another one. Do you know the equation of that one?
X equals 2.
Yep. Okay. I'm running out of colors. Here's another one.
Y equals 1.
Nice. And the last one, I'll do it thick so we
Would
can
it
see it.
be Uh, x equals 0.
It would, yeah, well done. Okay, happy so far?
Yeah.
Now, let's just think about that x equals 0.
Mm-hmm.
To get to the bit that's shaded in, do you want watch x is greater than 0, or do you want watch x is less than 0?
Greater than.
Right, so that's the first one. X is greater than 0. Happy?
Okay. Yeah.
Right, okay, now let's do the next slide. Let's do this one. You've already told me that's y equals 3. Do
Yeah.
you want y as less than 3, or do you want y as greater than 3?
Less than 3.
Right, think you know what you're doing now?
Okay, right. Yeah.
Well
Okay.
done.
Thank you.
Very nice. Anybody else want a hand with that one? Okay, my answers for number 10 are on the screen. Strictly speaking, oh no, that doesn't matter in this question. An alternative way of writing your answer to 10b would be to say that x has to be between 0 and 2, so you could write it like this. And y has to be between 1 and 3, so you could write it like that. But either that or that is fine.
So on that, I put the like it's greater than or equal to.
That's absolutely fine, Jake. That's absolutely fine. That's what I was going to say. I'm not you see these lines are solid, so I'm thinking strictly perhaps it should be including, so it should be less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. But in every mark scheme I've seen, it never matters as far as the
All right.
marks go.
Cheers.
In question 10a, I can't believe you all know how I knew what the y-intercept was, so I'm going to show you. The thing is that in 10a, the point they give you happens to be the point 0 minus 3. And that is this point here, right? There. And it happens to be where it crosses the y-axis. So they've told you the y-intercept just because they happen to have told you the point where it crosses the y-axis. Anybody want a hand with 11, 12, 13, 14?
So how'd you do 10B?
10b. Let's have a look.
How do you know
Aha.
that those values are?
Right. Let me just rub this off and we'll have a look around here. So, as in to find the inequalities for this square, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's just do this as an example. You know how that's one of the boundaries, that red line.
Yeah.
Do you know the equation of that red line?
Would it be y is equal to or less than 3?
That's yes, well done. The red line is y equals 3, so we would want y is less than or equal to 3 because we want to go below the line, don't we?
Yeah.
Great, so that's the first one done. Here's the next one.
Y is equal to or greater than 1.
Yeah, nice. So that's the first two. And now we've just got to do these two black ones here. Here's the first one.
X is equal to or less than 2.
Nice, well done. You know exactly what you're doing. And what
Okay.
about the last one?
I'm not sure about the last one.
Well, if the first black line, do you see I'm writing x equals 2 next to the first black line? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the equation of the second black line? Where does it cross the x-axis?
0.
Yeah, so it's the equation what x equals 0. So you're
Okay.
going to want x is greater than or equal to 0.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, good, well done. Talk to me about 11, 12, 13, 14, if you want to.
Sir,
Hi.
in the cumulative frequency graph,
Yes.
do you draw a line of best fit or do you
No.
like draw a smoother
No,
line?
you draw a smooth, it's going to look something like this. You go smoothly through the points.
Okay, thank you.
You can, just for in case anybody else, because they might have learned to do it differently. If you've got that, these aren't the points, right? But if those were the points, you are allowed to join each one up with a straight line. So it is okay to look like that, if that's what you've learned to do.
Okay.
All right. But generally, the way we do it is like that. But those aren't the right points, everyone.
Can I please have some help on number 12?
Of course you can, number 12. Okay. Have you done anything on it yet, Chloe?
I've like worked out that like I kind of like made it into two shapes. So I like made it a triangle and then a rectangle because I kind of was like, if I know the length of,
So you've cut it off there, have you?
yeah, because I knew
Okay,
that
nice.
length. So
Okay,
I knew that was 16.7.
nice.
And then I was thinking, like, do I have to do trigonometry? But then
Oh, I don't know. What do you want to find?
I want to find,
Let me call
uh,
that X for you. What do you want to
yeah,
find?
I want to find XD.
Nice. So we want to find that length there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's draw that triangle there and then let's decide
Mm.
how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
X, D, 16.7 and C. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, 43. And you told me you wanted to find XD. I'll call it
Yeah.
little x.
Okay.
So what are you thinking? Pythag? Trig? What?
Would you have to do trigonometry?
You would. It's a right angle triangle, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So it's
Okay.
either going to be Pythag or SOHCAHTOA.
Yeah. Okay. So you'd have to do. Okay. No, that's why I got mixed up. I was thinking I had to do like sine rule or cosine rule.
Well, it's a right angle triangle. So if it's a
Yeah.
right angle triangle, Pythag or SOHCAHTOA.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. I'll give that a go.
Go for it. Anybody else who's doing this one? Chloe's made the correct start to it here. So you might want to copy what she's doing and find the length of little x. If anything's not clear, please talk to me or send me a chat. Please notice on 11B that the question is Antonio correct? So your answer must be either yes or no. My answer is no, and there's my reasoning. But if it doesn't make any sense, please ask me. But do not just put the reasoning and then assume the examiner is going to realize whether you mean to write yes or no. You've got to write yes or no. What I've done is I did Oxford times by 50, and then I saw if that was roughly the same as Chelsea. And I just used my calculator throughout. I'm surprised nobody's asked about part C here, but maybe I'm going too quick. Does anybody want me to slow down? During the last season, the cost of a ticket to watch CProm United increased by 15 and then decreased by 8. Work out the overall percentage change. Please tell me you haven't written 7. 7 is not correct, because when it increases by 15%, it gets higher, and then it decreases by 8% of the new amount, right? So the way that I would do these is I would assume a start price, because we've got this original price, right? What happens is it goes up by 15% and becomes a new price. And then it goes down by 8% and becomes a final price. And you want to know what's the overall change. So I'm going to start with 100 just for fun. And then I'm going to work out 100 increased by 15%, so multiply it by 1.15. So now I get 115. And then I'm going to take that price and reduce it by 8%. Remember, you multiply by 1 point the increase or 0 point what's left. So to reduce by 8%, I multiply by 0.92. And that gives me a new final price of 105.80. So now, I should have put that in blue, sorry. So now, what's happened overall? Well, 100 has become 105.80. So it's gone up by 5.8%. So you see it says overall percentage change. So I'm guessing it's going to be important to say it's an increase by 5.8%, not just say 5.8%. Nobody's talking to me very much, so I hope you're all okay.
Sir,
Hi, Rania.
for 11B, um isn't the answer wrong because for Chelsea it's 42,000, but for Oxford it's 415,000. So is it like it's not the same?
I agree, it's not the same. And so, look what Antonio says. The crowd attendance for Chelsea is approximately 50 times the crowd attendance for Oxford, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking that Antonio is wrong because this is the crowd attendance for Chelsea and this is the crowd attendance for Oxford. And those two numbers aren't approximately the same, are they?
No.
So therefore, Antonio is wrong. So when it says, is Antonio correct? I've written, no, he's not correct.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
For 13C, I don't know if this is just a silly question, but for the median, do you use it from the time taken?
Let's have a look. On the grid opposite. Right. Now, you want to find the median, right?
Yeah.
Now, remember, the median is if you put all the people in a line, you take the middle one, right?
Oh, okay.
So in
Right.
this case, we're going to put all the taxi journeys in a line and take the middle one. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. Okay,
And
thank you.
listen. Oh no, annoyingly, it doesn't say find an estimate for the median time. If it had said find an
Right.
estimate of the median time, I'd be able to say, look, the answer is a time. So you
Okay,
go from
so
there to there.
you go across at like 40.
That's exactly what you do. Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Sir, could you help me on question 14?
Yeah, of course as well. Let's have a look. Aha. Right. Well, I'll get you started on question 14. Is that all right?
Yeah, I think I know what to do. I just don't know how the numbers match.
Okay, so tell me what to do.
I think you do Pythagoras. No,
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Now we have to do Pythagoras to find the magnitude of the vector. But before we do Pythagoras, we have to find the vector AC. Agreed?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So somehow we've got to find the vector AC, and then you can find its magnitude.
Oh, okay.
So is that enough for now?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
okay.
great. Go
Thank
for it.
you.
Talk to me if you want a hand. My answer for number 12 is 101. So if you got that, you don't have to worry about how I do it. Does anybody know they want a hand with number 12? Okay, I'll just do it then. I believe nobody wants a hand with this one, but as long as you're all happy, then that's fine. If you're looking at the screen thinking, how did you do that? Maybe ask me a question.
Can I please have some help on question 15?
Yeah. Oh my Lord. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Chloe, is I'm not going to help you with question 15 yet because there might be some people who are behind us who want to have a go at it
Okay.
first. Okay. So
Yeah.
everybody, this is a warning that in 5 minutes I'm doing question 15. So if you want to
Okay.
go at question 15, crack on with it. Okay. Maybe jump ahead to it. All right, Chloe, we'll do it in
Yeah.
5 minutes.
That's fine.
Okay. Do you want to know how to start 16?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Have you done SERDs already at school?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in which case, with any luck, you know that what you've got to do is to get rid of the square root on the bottom.
Yeah.
So what are you going to multiply top and bottom by?
Um,
I
this really
see.
shows my lack of SARS knowledge.
I see
Could you?
this says root 2 minus 1.
Yeah.
So you're going to multiply top and bottom by root 2 plus 1.
Okay.
Okay? Do you see how I've chosen kind of like the opposite of root 2 minus?
Yeah.
And now
Okay.
it's just a question of whether or not you can work out the new numerator and the new denominator. So if
Okay.
you do, okay, so I'll be quiet now, or you can stop talking to me if you want to.
Okay.
That's how you do the new numerator. You expand
Mhm.
those two brackets, and to do the
Okay.
new denominator, you'd expand those two brackets. So now it's just a question of expanding brackets. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
At Max Dad, I'm looking forward to your number 15 being correct. That must look familiar, I hope, Ed. And number 16 as well. When you do your Kunta frequency graph here, they know that this is going to be okay to get marks on plotting the graph. So always check the scales really carefully in case they think that that's how they'll test you. Okay. And when they mark this, the person marking it has a kind of overlay, a piece of tracing paper they put over to see if your curve's exactly right. So it's no good roughly guessing where a point's going to go. You really have to work out the scale with the little squares, okay?
So for 16, I got 8.6 root 2. Is that right?
16. Oh, I get 8.4 root 2. Ah, but I've written wrong on my answers. So possibly is the answer. I'll do it
Okay.
pretty quick. I'll do it pretty soon, Ed.
Okay, thanks.
So the median is going to be the time taken by the 40th taxi. Nobody's asked me about the interquartile range, so I hope you're all okay with that. My median is 16. But then I notice on my answers I've got a median of 18.5, so it doesn't really matter as long as you're reading your graph accurately. The interquartile range is going to be the difference between the 20th taxi and the 60th. If you're not sure why it's the 20th or the 60th, you best ask me. So it's going to be the difference between, for me on my graph on the screen, I get 27 minus 13. So I get an interquartile range of 14. I got something different on my written answers. Got 11. So obviously there's some flexibility as long as you're reading off your graph correctly. Oh my God. Right, everybody. Do you remember I said how you have to be mega careful about reading the scales? Right, could you have a look at this scale here, please? And could you have a look and make sure that you understand the incredibly embarrassing mistake I have made? Right. On this scale here, on the horizontal axis, it's 2 squares for every unit. Are you okay with that? So when I did my median and I read it off here, I just assumed that was 16 because I assumed that this was 10 and then it was 6 squares further. Of course, that's rubbish because it's not 16 at all. This point here is, that's 16, that's 17, so that's 18, isn't it? Are you with me? So make sure you don't have to have a median of 18, but you do have to write down correctly wherever your line has gone to. Okay, now I wrote that down as 16, which is just wrong. And in the same way here, if I read off where my quartiles are, this is where my upper one is. Now I read that as 27. What a lot of rubbish, because that is not 25. If you're not sure why if you don't understand my mistake, then you need to ask me. 21, 22, 23. That is 23.5. Okay, so I need to say 23.5 minus, and that is 11. So my answer there is 12.5. Are we all clear about how you've got to be careful to read the scales? I wish I could say I did that on purpose. Ask me if you're not sure. Oh, here's another really good illustration, everybody. Do you see how I've written what I was reading off? And then I've done one minus the other and got the answer. Now, if I hadn't written this, let's say I read the scales wrong. Perish the thought, right? Let's imagine I read the scales wrong and I wrote, I don't know, 27 minus 13, which is reading the scales wrong. And then I wrote my answer of 14. Now, for that, I would get 1 out of 2 because the examiner can see, he'll think, look, he's read the scales wrong, but he can see that I know how to work out the interquartile range because I've shown him the sum I'm doing. So I would at least have got 1 out of 2. Whereas if I hadn't written down the sum I was doing and I just wrote 14, then I would have got 0 out of 2 because the examiner would have thought, I don't know what he's done. His answer's wrong. Okay? So write down your steps and read the scale correct.
Wait, so what are like the tiny like lines go like what does it go up in?
Well, that's what I got wrong, you see, Mia. So do you see how, if, for example, we were going to read off this here, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I read it carelessly, I assumed that that was 12
Yeah.
because it's two little squares above the 10. Do you see why I thought it was 12? Am I correct?
No.
Do you know why not?
No.
Right, Dan, pleased you asked. Did you see that here that goes from 10 to 15 there? Yeah?
Yeah.
So do you see that 10 little squares is equivalent to 5 minutes on the scale?
So it goes like 10, 10.5.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And now we realize that this is actually 11. Do you see what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Whereas on the y-axis, it's a different scale. On the y-axis, it's just one square for each unit.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for really emphasizing my mistake here. Right. Okay. Number 14. Does anybody want me to wait? We have to find the vector AC, which means we have to find a way of going from A to C. Now, I know how to go from A to B. And what I'd really like to do then is to go from B to C. I don't know what B to C is. Oh, wait a minute. I know what C to B is. So if C to B is 1, 3, then B to C is -1, -3. It's the other way. So now I can do this because I know what BC is. And I already knew what AB was. So now I can work out AC. 6 minus 9 plus -1 -3. So that gives me 5 minus 12. Nice. So now I know AC is 5 along and 12 down. And the magnitude of that is the length of that line, as whoever it was said, you do Pythagoras. So the magnitude is going to be the square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared, which happens to be 13. All right.
Sir, how do you do question 15?
Question 15. Right. Okay. So are we all ready for question 15 now? So let's have a look. Right. So we want to make X the subject, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that square root. All right. So let's get rid of the square root. So I'm going to square left and right. So I'm going to have y squared equals 3x minus 2 over x plus 1. I've got rid of the square root. Now, everybody happy so far? Now I'm thinking you see I've got that thing on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x plus 1 to get rid of the thing on the bottom. So I'm going to have y squared times x plus 1 on the left, and on the right, I'm going to have 3x minus 2. Is that okay? Now, I know that Rania and Chloe have both asked about this question. I bet they're not the only ones listening. Is that okay by everyone? And if it is, can you do the next step? Presumably, you're going to expand the bracket on the left. So I'm hoping you can do that without me. So I'm going to do y squared times x, and then y squared times 1. And then I'm going to copy down the rest. Oh, right. So now I'm looking at that, right? If you're okay with that so far, then well done. And we're trying to make X the subject. So put everything with an X on one side and all the other rubbish on the other. Okay? You do that. See if you can do that without me. Everything with an X on, let's put everything with an X on the left. And let's put all the other rubbish on the other. Okay, I've put everything with an X on one side and all the other rubbish on the other. Are you with me? Okay, now we're thinking what to do next. All right, we're coming up to one of my most amusing jokes of the week. Are you ready? So you're thinking what to do next. You need to make these two X's become one because you want X to be the subject. So what I want you to do is I want you to read that aloud. You're absolutely right. It says factorize it. So factorize the left, please. Pull out the X. Once you've pulled out the X, then you can just divide by the bracket. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, but I am saying that you can crack it by the summer term exams, or you can definitely get 2 or 3 marks on it.
Also, do you always put the one in the bracket at the bottom?
Yeah, because you see, what this means is this line here, that just means, I mean, something like if it was X times 4 equals 20, do you agree you'd divide both sides by 4?
Yeah.
So this is just X times the bracket equals something. So you just divide both sides by the bracket.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is that all right, Rania? Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Well done. Just doing this third question now. With Chloe, we went through what to multiply top and bottom by. So I've expanded the brackets to give me my new numerator. And I've expanded the brackets to give me my new denominator. So on the top, I get 4 root 2 plus root 8 plus 8. and on the bottom I get 1. Now we haven't quite finished yet, but that's where I've got to so far. What I'm struggling with at the moment is that in the question, it says that I've got to get it in the answer in the form a plus something root 2. And so what I need to spot is that this root 8 can be simplified. Now, if you're not sure how it can be simplified, the truth of the matter is you can just stick it in your calculator and it will tell you. Root 8 is, let me do it over here, root 8 is the root of 4 times 2. And so you can pull that 4 out of the square root cushion, so it becomes 2 root 2. So I can, on the top here, I've got 4 root 2 plus 2 root 2 plus 8 all over 1. So it becomes 6 root 2 plus 8 over 1, which is just equal to 6 root 2 plus 8. Is that what you got, Ed? He's not listening, but I think that's what he said. 6 root 2 plus 8.
Yeah, I do get that.
Brilliant, well done. Anybody want to ask anything about that? I'll leave it on the screen a minute, but please ask me about 17, 18, 19 if you want to, or 2021, whatever.
Can I have some help on 17, please?
Yeah. Did you get that one?
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
somehow.
That's 3 marks. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, have you done proportion?
I have, but
Right.
this,
Okay.
yeah, I
No,
don't.
this is a tricky proportion question as well, but then that's not very surprising. We are on question 17.
Yeah.
Right. Fish sign equals find K, use K.
Mm-hmm.
Y is directly proportional to the cube of x. Y, fish sign, x cubed.
Yeah.
Equals y equals k x cubed. I've done the fish sign, I've done the equals.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now it tells me to find k. This is my thing, by the way, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm told that y equals 20h.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write 28 instead of y. Okay,
Yeah.
and that equals k times x is h, right?
Yeah.
That's k times h cubed. You have to be really careful that your
Mm-hmm.
k's don't look like h's.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got 20h equals k times h cubed.
Mm-hmm.
Find a formula for y. Ah, yes, sorry. So now we're finding k, aren't we?
Yeah.
Fish sign equals find k. So I've got this blue thing here. I've got to find what k is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to turn it around because I find that easier if I put the k
Yeah.
on this side. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm just going to divide both sides by h cubed to tell me what k is.
Oh, okay, right.
So k is going to be 20h over h cubed.
Mm-hmm.
I can simplify that, divide top and bottom by h. K is 20 over h squared.
Yeah.
Now, this is why this red thing is so useful, because otherwise I lose my track. So fish sign equals, I found k, so now use k. So that just means put k back into the formula.
Yeah.
You know how this is our formula here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to write that down, but instead of k, I'm going to write what k is. So it's y equals 20 over h squared
Mm-hmm.
times x cubed.
Yes.
Now that's the formula. So that's 3 marks.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the honest truth is that I would have got lost here with my h's and k's if I didn't have this thing written down,
Yeah.
because I'd forgotten that I was trying to find k.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the next question is about using the formula. So we
Mm-hmm.
know that y equals 20 over h squared times x cubed. Find x in terms of h when y equals 67.5h. So instead of y, I'm going to write 67.5h. So 67.5h equals 20 over h squared times x cubed.
Yeah.
Now, what does it say? Find x in terms of h. So I've got to change this into an x equals.
Yeah.
So I've got that h squared on the bottom. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Times everything by h squared. So now I've got 67.5. 67.5. It was h, and I'm times it by h squared, so now it's h cubed.
Yeah.
Equals 20x cubed. Now I'm trying to get this into x equals, right? So I'm going to turn it the other way around because I find that easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, I suppose I better divide by 20.
Yeah.
X cubed equals 67.5 h cubed over 20.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to cube root,
Cube
right?
rootable.
Yeah. Now, this is quite. The thing is that if you wrote this, x equals the cube root of 67.5 h cubed over 20, I mean, you deserve 4 million marks, right? I mean, that was really tricky.
Yeah.
Okay. But the trouble is, it says put it in its simplest form.
Right. Okay.
And the thing is that 67.5 over 20, if you do that on your calculator, it's 27 over 8.
Right. Okay.
So what you've actually got here is you're actually trying to find the cube root of 27 over 8 h cubed, right?
Yeah.
Well, on your calculator, cube root 27 over 8.
Cube root 3/2.
Yeah, that's right. So in its simplest form, the cube root of 27 over 8 is 3 over 2,
Yeah.
and the cube root of h cubed is h.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the answer, right? But look, let's not stress it because they've given you 2 whole marks for everything from
Oh
here
no.
all the way to here, right? So, you know,
Yeah. Okay. So would the answer have to be 3/2
it
8?
would to get your 2 marks, yeah. And presumably, if you didn't do that last bit of cancelling, they'd only give you 1 mark, which is amazing. 1 mark for all of that. So let's not stress about it because remember, that's 2 marks out of 100.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
quite nice that actually it's not mega, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, everyone. 3D trig, question 18. Sine rule, cosine rule, question 19. Simultaneous equations, question 20. Oh no, question 21 is 3D trig. So what's question? Oh, this is differentiation, question 18. Algebraic fractions, 22. Probability, 23. Functions, 24. When you feel like you have to bail, just go to the beginning of the paper, okay? But with any luck, there are part marks at least for you, if not full marks on these questions. Have a go.
Can I have some help with question 20, please?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Austin, hi. Right. So, in this question, you've got a curve. I don't know what it looks like. Something like this. And you've got a line. Okay? And you've got to find where the two intersect. Agreed?
Yeah.
Now, what this is really doing is it's asking you to solve this equation simultaneously. So it's really just saying, well, I say just, it's really just saying y equals 9 minus x and x squared minus 3xy plus 2y squared equals 0. Can you solve the equation simultaneously? So my question is, Austin, we've already had a simultaneous equations question, right? Much earlier, number 9, I think it was. This is a more difficult simultaneous equations question. Have you learned how to do these?
Yeah.
Great. So do you know what your first step is going to be?
Do I need to make them both equal or two things that have the same value so I can subtract or add?
No. That's what you do with the simultaneous equations, which are like the ones in number 9. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what we do with these ones. Now, these ones, which are more difficult, when they've got an x squared or a y squared in them. And we do these ones differently. Okay? What we need to do is we need to get this expression for y, and we need to shove it into the second equation instead of y. And if you do that, then you get an equation which only has x's in it. Look, I'm putting in, look, instead of this y, I'm writing 9 minus x. And instead of the next y, which is a y squared, I'm writing 9 minus x squared. And then I'm copying down the rest of the equation. And now I've just got an equation which has got x's in it. All right?
Yeah.
So your next step is to solve that equation to try and find what x can be.
Okay.
And I'm expecting you to get 2 answers for x, and each answer for x will have a corresponding answer for y. But let's worry about that once you've got your answers for x. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck. Let me know if you want a hand.
Will do.
Question 18. I'm going to write an expression for the total surface area of the cuboid, which is the area of the bottom, the area of the top, plus the area of each side times 4, because there are 4 sides. So this is the surface area of the cuboid. So that is the surface area of the cuboid. Now, because I'm maximizing this, I hate to say this, but if you've done differentiation, then you've got to just recognize that I'm maximizing this, so I need to differentiate it. And then set the differential equal to 0. I mean, differentiation is a really nice topic, but it's not the easiest, especially when you start. So I've differentiated that. But if you haven't done differentiation, then perhaps just skip this question for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the differential equal to 0 to work out what x must be. So I'm solving this equation, which is going to tell me that x is 2.4. So when it says find the maximum value of the surface area, I know the maximum value of the surface area occurs when x is 2.4. So I now find the surface area of the cuboid when x is 2.4. So I put x equals 2.4 back into here because that's my formula for the surface area of the cuboid. Now, please, if you haven't done very much differentiation, don't stress about this question. But if you have done differentiation, particularly if you're going for a 9, then obviously you're going to want to know how to solve these questions. But that's a difficult differentiation question. It doesn't even say differentiate. So if you didn't know you had to differentiate, you wouldn't even get your part marks just for differentiating. So it's not a nice question. Whereas there are more part marks available, or more marks available, I think, for most of us on the other questions, question 19, question 20, question 21. Okay?
I have a question for 20.
Good.
Once you've like simplified the whole like equation, do you do the quadratic formula?
Yeah, if you need to, yeah.
But then how do you know what y is?
Well, if you use the quadratic formula, then you're going to get 2 answers for x, yeah?
Oh wait, yeah.
And let's just imagine for a minute that your 2 answers for x were 4.5 and 6.
Yeah.
In which case, you know from the question that y equals 9 minus x.
Oh, so you just do 9 minus 4.5 and then 9 minus 6.
That's right. And then your 2 answers would be, in this case, 4.5 and something and 6 and something.
Oh.
Those would be the 2 points where the curves cross.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, I think it is 4.5 and 6. But who cares? If you got the wrong answers, if you then carry on, you're going to get so many marks. Now, obviously, when you're doing a question like question 20, it would be great if you didn't make any errors and you got absolutely full marks. That's, clearly that would be perfect. But obviously, what's that? 81 minus 18x plus x squared. The thing is, you've got lots of time as well in your exam, so you can really take it steady. But if you think, oh my God, it's all going wrong, then okay, stop and see if you can find your mistake by all means. But don't just stop and give up, because if you know the method, you can just follow through the method. And if you make a mistake on the way and you end up with a different answer than the correct one, at least you're going to get so many marks for showing that you know how to solve it. I've got to this equation here. Okay, now if you've got a 991, you can just stick that straight in your calculator and get the answers. If you don't have a 991, you might want to use the formula, or you might want to factorize. Okay. If I was doing it with a 991, I'd stick it straight in and get the answers. If I was doing it without a 991, I would probably think, oh, I can divide everything by 3. And then I would probably try and factorize that, because I've got 2x squared. So I would probably be thinking, what can I do? I know the signs are both minuses, and then I'd fiddle and faddle and get the answer. But you could just use the formula. I'm not saying this is easy, okay? But there are my 2 x's, and then you can get each x has a corresponding y. The real battle is this algebra here, I think. I'm leaving it on the screen so you can ask me a question about any bit you want to. By the way, if you've learned how to do these, everyone can have a shot at these on the day. And this is worth 5 marks, which is half a grade, right? So, you know, if you get 3 or 4 out of 5, that's great. And if you're feeling a bit, oh my God, please remember we've missed out the easiest 30 marks on the paper so far, okay? Now for each one, you can work out your y. So if x is 4.5, then y is 9 minus 4.5, which is 4.5. So the first point where they cross is 4.5, 4.5. And the second value of x is 6, so y would be 3. So the second point where they cross is 6, 3. How'd you get on, Austin, with that one in the end?
I think I got it right, yeah.
Say that again?
I got the answer.
Oh my
6,
God.
4.5, 4.5.
You got the 2 answers.
Yeah.
Well, that's 5 marks, Austin. That'll do. Well done. Okay, now I'm feeling like some of you might want to know what these answers are for the last questions and might want to be getting on with the easy questions. I'm not going to give you the answers yet, so you can move to the easier questions there if you want to. If you're ahead of me, maybe you've already had a go at 21, 22, 23, 24, and maybe you're going to the beginning of the paper yet already, or maybe you're still on these questions. It doesn't really matter. We've got 45 minutes, we've got loads of time. Okay. Let me know if you want to start on 21, 22, 23, 24, or start on one of the beginning questions.
So how do you do question 19?
19.
Would you use the
Aha.
sign?
Yeah, it's good. This is a question. You're absolutely right. Now, this is a question that is about triangles, but they're not right angle triangles. Yeah? So
Yeah.
we're going to be using the sine rule, the cosine rule, and maybe the sine formula for the area of a triangle. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, the first piece of information is that the area of one of the triangles is 250. So I've got the formula sheet on the right-hand side. We know that we're going to be using the area formula because after all, it tells us the area of one of the triangles. So this is the formula I'm going to be using. A half AB sine C, which is the one on the formula sheet, equals 250, right?
Yeah.
Now, which triangle are we talking about here? ACD. We're talking about this triangle here, aren't we? ACD, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, when you use the area formula, it's all about the two sides and the angle in between. Okay?
Okay.
So in this case, we're going to have equals 250. We're going to be dealing with a half times 26 times that length x times sine the angle in between times sine 39 equals 250. Okay? See where all that's come from?
Yeah.
Nice. So that is 13x is a half of 26 times sine 39 equals 250. So if I divide by 13 and then divide by sine 39, I'm going to get what x is. Which is AC, by the way.
So first, would you divide by sine or
That
13?
doesn't matter. So I'm going to do 250 on my calculator. let's divide by sine first, shall we? So I'm going to go divide by sine 39 equals, get that answer and divide it by 13 equals. That's what I get. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, so now I can label that side there. 30.55, let's call it. Okay.
If you just got up to there, like, would you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a
definitely
mark?
get. Yeah, look, it's worth 6 marks. You'll probably get 2 marks for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Isabel. So, and also, if you just got up to there, not only do you get marks, but also it might help you do the next bit. Do you see what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look what we're gonna now. What could we work out next? Let's have a look. Um, well, it wants us to work out the whole area, doesn't it? And we already know the area of this bit. So I'm guessing we're going to have to work out the area of the left-hand side. But I'm thinking, what on earth can I work out, really? Because it's a 2 hour long exam, Isabel. All right, so I might as well do something, right? Now,
Yeah.
do you see how you've got the 95 and you've got the opposite side?
Yeah.
That means you can use the sine rule, doesn't it? Because
Yeah,
you've got the
that's what I
40.
was thinking.
So let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's just do it. Let's not worry. I mean, some people might be able to see where this is going. Some people won't be able to see where it's going, but who cares? Let's just do maths. We're going to get marks, right? So the sine rule is going to tell us that AB over sine 47 equals 30.55 over sine 95. So now we can find AB. And you might think, well, why is he bothered? But I know why I've bothered because I can see where the answer's coming from. But it doesn't matter. You might think, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'll just carry on doing maths, right?
Yeah, okay. I don't
So
see where it's going, but I thought I'd
no,
do
nor
that.
do I. Nor do I. Well, I do really, but anyway. So this is 22 now. Okay. So what else could you work out if you had to, Isabel, if they said your back's against the wall, work something out?
BC? I'm not quite
Yeah,
sure.
you could. Oh, could you? How would you do BC?
Um,
Because you don't know this angle, do you?
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Um,
Come on, Isabel. Do you know that angle? Nothing like being shouted at by somebody on Zoom on a Saturday. Look at this. Do you know this angle? Do you know that angle? So can you work out the blue angle?
Oh, right, yeah.
Nice. It's easier than I realized. So now, do you
The
agree
38.
you can work out that angle? I can't do it in my head. 180 minus
38,
95.
I think.
Say that again? 38?
38.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And now remember how you've got now. Remember how we've got to work out the area of the whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking now you know 22 and you know 30 and you know 38. Can't you
Oh,
work out that?
yes.
And
Whoa,
then
yeah.
you can add it to the other one and you've got the answer.
Ah, okay.
All right. Now, the moral of the story for you and for anybody else listening is that if you just take a first step, maybe you'll be able to see your way through to the end, or maybe you won't. But if you take a first step, maybe you'll be able to take a second step, and then maybe you'll be able to see your way to the end, or maybe you won't. Okay?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And
Well,
maybe you have
what
to take
were
a
you
third
gonna
step.
do?
Just keep on walking in the dark until you see the way through.
Okay.
Yeah?
Like before you saw the 38, what were you gonna do?
What,
Like,
me?
yeah, like the next.
Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, let's imagine what we were here, weren't we? We're thinking what to
Yeah.
do next. Um, well, could we use I'm looking at this now, right? I'm thinking I've used the sine rule. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just going through everything I can do. I can't use the sine rule again because I don't know either of those. Agree?
Yeah.
So then I think, okay, can I use the cosine rule? Well, to use the cosine rule, you need two sides and the angle in the middle. Well, I don't know the angle in the middle of those two sides, and I don't know that side.
Yeah,
So I'm
okay.
completely stuck, aren't I? So I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I think you have to have seen that angle.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But I think I would have seen that angle if I was saying, can I use the cosine rule? No, I need that angle. And then I might have
And
thought,
then
can
you would
I
have
find the
seen it.
angle? Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
So, using the cosine rule gives you the area, right?
No, you wouldn't use the cosine rule to do the area. What I'd do when I've got to this point here, Rania, and I know that that's 38, yeah?
Yeah.
Then I would have done the area formula, a half AB sine C. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah? And I would have used the yellow angle, the 38, and the two yellow sides.
okay.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, thank you.
Well done. By the way, my answer is 461 for anyone who wants to see if they agree with me.
So,
Hi, Beatrix.
do you think I could get some help with question 21?
Yeah. Where have you got to?
Nowhere yet.
Okay. Right. So you know how it tells you the ratio of AB to BC to CF?
Yeah.
Well, forget that. Let's just write those numbers on. Let's just say that AB is 4.
Okay.
BC is 2. And CF is 3. You see, because we're going to be using trig, it doesn't really matter because we're going to be finding angles. So the angles will be the same if it's 4, 2, 3, or if it's 8, 4, 6, or if it's whatever multiple of that.
Okay.
CF, where is CF? Oh, there, 3. Okay. Yeah, happy with that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cross that out now. We've dealt with that. Now I'll tick it off. Okay. Calculate the size of the angle between AF and the plane ABCD. So here is AF, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you know, Beatrix, what angle we're trying to find?
Yeah. Is it just to like the bottom?
It's just to like the bottom, but
Yeah.
to like where on the bottom? Is it to like here on the bottom? Or is it to like there on the bottom? Or is it to like there on the bottom? What angle am I trying to find?
Would it be to AB?
To here? No. Sorry. I didn't mean to sound quite like that. No, what you have to do is you have to go from F, and I'm not going to do that. Do you see how I'm doing the angle on my screen?
Yeah.
That's the angle you said. But what you have to do is you have to go from F vertically down. So it's that angle.
Oh, okay.
That's the angle you're looking for. Now, some people like to think, oh, okay, I'll go from F vertically down. And some people like to think that the sun's shining here and they go to the shadow.
Okay.
Okay, it's up to you. Now we're clear what angle we're trying to find. Okay. Does that mean that you're able to make a start on the question or not?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well,
Thank you.
you can crack on. Let's call the angle X, okay?
Can you go through 22, please?
Yeah. Well, I can start it. Oh, yeah. Have you done anything on it?
No.
Okay. Well, I appreciate this question's a bit horrid. Mind you, can we just get it in context? First of all, it's worth 3 marks, not 30 marks. And secondly, it's one of the last 3 questions. So, of course, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Right. It's a fraction, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to factorize the top and factorize the bottom, so then we can see what we can cancel.
Okay.
So look at the top. Can you pull anything out of the top?
X.
Nice. So the top is x times 6x squared minus 13x minus 5. Agreed?
Yeah.
Great. Now, let's just stop there a minute. I have this feeling that we're going to be able to factorize that some more.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
But let's just pause for a sec and let's have a look at the bottom. 4x squared minus 25. Now, do you know how to factorize that?
You could do like 1 4x squared minus 25.
Well, it doesn't look very much different, does it? If you do that. Now you could pull one out of everything.
I don't know.
That's okay. So, do you know, and listen, that's fine, okay? So don't feel got at. Do you know how to factorize this?
Oh, wait, is a difference of 2 squares?
Nice, Mia. So, can you apply, so this, let's just make it into 25, okay? So this one would be, and let's make it y so it's not confusing. So this one would be y plus 5 and y minus 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Now, can you do the one on the left?
Uh,
Definitely
4
plus. Go on.
4x minus 5, 4x plus 5.
Now, if it
Or
was
2x, 2x, 2x.
nice, well done, because I was going to explain to anybody else, if it was 4x and 4x, you'd end up with 16x squared.
Yeah.
You want to end up with 4x squared, but you were there ahead of me. Hey, you've just factorized the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So the bottom is, just a minute, we've got our first Zoom freeze of the day. Here we go. So the bottom is 2x plus 5, 2x minus 5. And so far, we know that the top is x times 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. Agreed?
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to rub all that out. Now, the reason why I said let's pause and do the bottom first is because we've got to be a bit tactical with this. You know how the top at the moment is this,
Yeah.
and we're thinking we need to somehow factorize this some more. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you know how the bottom at the moment is this. Well, listen, this is an IGCSE question. They're
Yeah.
going to make it so you can cancel.
Yeah.
So you know that one of these, either that one or that one, is going to be a factor of the top. Okay?
Yeah.
So we know that the top, we know that if we're going to factorize this, we know it's either going to be 2x plus 5 times something, or it's going to be 2x minus 5 times something.
Yeah.
Just by being a bit cynical.
Yeah.
So now we're just going to try each one of those.
Or can you just do the A times C method?
Oh, Mia, I beg your pardon. You're better than I am. Yes, you could have done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could have done. Of course you could. You tell me when you've done it.
Okay. Is it times to make minus 13, add to make 13?
I believe it is, yes. My answer for number 21, for anyone who's done that, is 33.9. So if you've got that, you don't have to worry about how to do it. Anybody want a hand with question 21? Please tell me. How you got on with that factorizing there?
So it's 2x plus 5 and then 3x minus 1.
Nice. And now you can see what you can cancel. Do you see you can cancel the 2x plus 5s?
Yeah.
So your final answer is x lots of 3x minus 1 over 2x minus 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Well done.
You.
So I'm hoping that most of us have moved to the beginning of the paper now. Of course, if you're choosing to battle at the harder questions, then that's absolutely fine. We only got 2 more of the harder questions to do.
Could you scroll to your working for 21 quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Do you want to know what I did, or are you just going to look, Isabel? Up to you. Let me
No, I
know.
think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I just wanted to ask, how did you know that that angle was the plane? Because I don't really get like the plane thing.
Okay. All right, let's explain that. So, you know how this is a line?
Yeah.
Well, this, like for instance, the bottom of a shape, that's called a plane.
Oh, so A, B, C, D is the.
D is
Oh
the
yeah,
plane.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
just like it's like a flat surface. It's
Okay.
called a plane. Okay. All right. So when they say the angle between AF and the plane ABCD, they mean the angle between the line AF and the bottom of the shape, the face at the bottom, the plane ABCD.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Yeah.
So hence they mean that angle that's labeled X.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to put in the chat the link to the answers. Now, I think this is a link to my answers, and there's definitely a mistake in the SERDS question, but we've gone through the SERDS question, so that's all right. So if you want to, then, if you've done those harder questions, you want to check your answers against mine, you can. Okay, but it's up to you. I'll give you the work solutions and the mark scheme, so you can use whatever you want. Okay. And of course, you can check your answers to the first few questions on the paper as well if you want to. I feel like I need to crack on and do 23 and 24, really. So that's what I'm going to do. In 23, the probability that it takes one red sweet is 12/35. So that means that the probability of him getting red-green or getting green-red because that's how we can get one red sweet, is equal to 12 out of 35. Now let's assume that there are X green sweets to start with. Okay. And it says how there are 3 red sweets. So there are X green, 3 red. So there are X plus 3 sweets altogether to start with. So the probability of them getting a red and then a green, well, to start with, there are X reds out of the X plus 3. So he takes a red, and now what's the probability of him getting a green? Well, it would be 3 because there are 3 greens, but now there would only be X plus 2 sweets in the bag because he's taken one out. So there used to be X plus 3, and now there are X plus 2. So that's the probability of getting a red and then a green. And we need to add on to that the probability of getting a green, which would have been, sorry, just a minute. I got those the wrong way around. Sorry, that's confusing. Let's start again. The probability of getting a red and then a green will be, the probability of getting a red is 3 out of X plus 3, because there are 3 reds out of the X plus 3. And then the probability of the next one being a green, well, there are X greens, but now there are only X plus 2 in the bag. So that's the probability of getting a red and then a green. And we're going to need to add on to that the probability of getting a green and then a red. The probability of getting a green is X out of X plus 3, because there are X greens out of the X plus 3, times the next one being a red, 3 out of X plus 2. It's X plus 2 because he's already taken one out. And you know that that has to equal 12 over 35. So this is a bit of a monster-looking equation to find what X is. You've got 3X. Sorry. You've got top times top, 3X over X plus 3 times X plus 2, plus 3X over X plus 3 times X plus 2 equals 12 over 35. So if I was solving this equation, I think I'd say, oh, that's 6X over X plus 3 over X plus 2 equals 12 over 35. And now I'd solve that equation. I'd multiply both sides by 35, and I'd multiply both sides by X plus 3, lots of X plus 2. So I'd end up with 210X equals 12 times X plus 3 times X plus 2. If you carry on solving that equation, then you get, well, let me do it rather than telling you what happens. X squared plus 5X plus 6, 210X equals 12X squared. Shout stop if you want to. 12 sixes is 72. Get everything on one side, so 0 equals 12x squared minus 150x plus 72. Use the formula or your 991 or factorize to solve the equation. You get x equals a half or 12. Now, clearly, it's not possible to have a half a green sweet at the start. So how many green sweets were there originally in the bag? There must have been 12. Now, is that okay? Ask me if you want to, or watch it back later.
So
Beatrix.
for the top bit when you did the probability of green then red, wouldn't the red one, why is it 3 over x plus 2? Because surely there's still 3 red.
Are you looking at this here?
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about that. So let's draw a tree diagram. And let's start from the beginning. So, do you agree that we're going to take a green first and then a red? Agreed?
Yeah.
So when I'm here at the beginning, take a green, there are x green out of the x plus 3. Agreed?
Yeah.
So that is that bit, yeah? Yes, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, you're here. Eat the green sweet. Okay, eating it? Now, we're going to take another one and we need it to be red, right?
Yeah.
There are 3 red, aren't there, in the bag? But how many sweets are left in the bag?
Oh,
Is it
one less. All
one
right.
less, x plus 2, because you've eaten one of them, all right?
Okay.
Does that explain it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. But Beatrix, if you had got that wrong, right, and then you carried on with the rest of the question, you'd only lose perhaps 1 or 2 marks, okay?
Okay.
All right, and look, it's a 5 marker, so it's worth half a grade.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Oh my God, we're going to complete the square in question 24. But listen, everyone, this is a question 24, and there's 1 mark that everyone can get. You just have to not give up because it's a question 24. It says f of x is 3x minus 2. What is f of 5? Well, it's 3 times 5 minus 2, 13. Everyone can get that mark. Okay? Now, the function g of x is such that g of x is 2x squared minus 20x plus 9. Now, we are going to find the inverse function. Now, people do this in different ways. This is how I do it. I write y equals that, and now I'm going to make x the subject. How do I make x the subject of something like this? I complete the square. How do I complete the square of something like this? Well, first of all, pull out the 2. Now, complete the square on this bit. Big square bracket, x minus 5 squared minus 25. Close the square bracket, copy down the plus 9. Multiply out the big square bracket. 2x minus 5 squared minus 50 plus 9. Tidy it up. 2 lots of x minus 5 squared minus 41. Apologies to anyone who isn't going for a grade 8 or grade 9. This is tricky. Now I'm in a position to rearrange to make x the subject. So I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to start writing up here. I'm going to start by turning it around because I like to have what I'm wanting on the left. So add 41. Divide by 2. Square root. Oh, look out, 2 answers to a square root. Plus or minus. Add 5. 5 plus or minus the square root of y plus 41 over 2. Very well done if you got that far. Now there are 2 more things you have to do. First thing you have to do is you have to say, oh, okay, then the inverse function, and then you put your x's in instead of your y. And then for your final mark, you have to notice this. X has got to be greater than or equal to 5. So it can't be 5 minus anything because it's got to be greater than or equal to 5. So it can only be the plus option on the 2 answers to the square root. And that is full marks on the last question. Okay. And there is not a more difficult finding an inverse function than that, except if this hadn't been a 20 and if it had been an odd number and you'd have ended up with an odd number there instead of the 10, because then when you pull out the 2, you'd have ended up with a fraction and it would all have been a bit more difficult, but you could still use your calculator. So I'm leaving that there for a minute, and then I'm going to the beginning, and I'll answer any questions about the start. Question 24, question 23, and question 20 are each worth 5 marks. So each of them are half a grade. And they're all questions where you could score some part marks on, I think. yeah, well, definitely. I mean, 23 is difficult, but you could definitely get part marks on the other ones. You could definitely get part marks on number 19, which again is a 6 marker. Okay. So there's these questions here, this paper, the harder questions they're ones you can take first steps on, which is brilliant. With any luck, you're working your way through the first questions, or maybe you're marking your paper. Here are the grey boundaries. Ask me a question if you want to.
Could I have some help on 3C?
Yeah, of
please?
course, as well. Let's have a look. 3C. Wait a minute, I've frozen for a moment. Ah, here we go. Right, 3C. Ah, now. Right. So let's just do question. Let me just do it from the beginning so I can remember what this question is about. First of all, it says, explain why A intersection B is an empty set. Explain why that's true. Well, you just need to say there are no numbers which are in A and also in B. There's no intersection. There are no
Oh,
numbers in common. All right. I'm assuming that's okay, but you didn't ask that by A. Right. This means that X is a member of the universal set, and this means X is not a member of A
okay.
or B.
Yeah.
Okay, so it could be 1 or 9, I think. Looking
Yeah,
at
because it's not in either of them, but it's in the
okay.
set.
That's very good. Yes. Now we need to understand what all of this means. Now they're introducing a set C now. Thank you very much. So if any A union B union C is the universal set, so there is nothing which is not in one of A, B, or C. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So that's that. Right. A, B, C. Everything is in one of those. A intersection C is 2, but I don't know whether it's going to be in this bit or this bit, right? So I can't write it in yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, B intersection not C. So in B and not in C is 4, 6, 10. In B and not in C is 4, 6, 10. Well, I know that 4, 6, and 10 aren't in A.
So
So
they
4,
have to
6,
be
and
in
10
B.
must be there, yeah?
Yeah.
Because originally I was thinking, oh, wait a minute, 4, 6, and 10 could be anywhere here. But the truth of the matter is that they can't be in A because I know they're not in A. So they can't be in that bit.
Okay.
Is that okay? I feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
quite quick.
that's
You sure? Okay.
yeah.
So those are going there. Right. What else? It's okay from here. Right. A intersection C is. Oh, wait a minute. Do I know? Do I know now that the 2 isn't there? Do I know
I
it has
think
to be
so. Yeah,
here?
that's what I was thinking, but I'm not.
How do I know that? It's in A and C. Oh, but it's 2 in B. Do I know 2 is
No,
in B?
yeah, it's not in B.
How do I know it's not in B?
Because is it because at the top it
Oh,
says it's not?
yes, it is. Well done. 2 isn't in B. So I could have filled that in before. You know, before when I said it could be here or here, and we didn't know
Oh,
where it was. Yeah, we could have
That's-
said at that point. Do you agree?
yeah.
And now I think it's going to be okay. Now I think we can fill in the rest
Because
because we know what's in A now, don't we? A is 2, 3, 5,
3, 5, 7.
7.
Yeah.
So I think we know. I'm getting myself in a bit of a muddle about this, but I think we know that now. You're obviously on it a bit more than I am. You think it through, see if you know everything you need to now.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I don't know about thank you, Isabel, but you're very kind. So we know that, right? We we know that's empty from the beginning. So we know that anything else is in A, which is left in A must be here. That's how we do it.
I don't know why that like freaked me out so
I
much.
know, I know exactly what you mean, but only I find it much easier now. I went back to the beginning and I've realized that this has got nothing in it because
Yeah,
of this, but I
yeah.
kind of forgot that.
Yeah.
Who wants a hand?
Can I have some help with 5B, please?
Yeah. 5. Ah, good. I'm pleased you asked, Austin. Now, one book that he owns has a value of £15 in May 19. It had increased by 20% in the last year. Find the value of the book at the start. Yeah, you happy that that's what it's asking?
Yeah, do you know, I tried to just do like 80, like 80% of it. And
Yeah.
I thought that was too easy.
Okay, so first of all, I can see why you might think that it's going to be 80% of it. So how did you do that? So did you do 80% of 15 and get the answer?
Yeah, I just did that and I thought that was too
And
easy.
well, you're right, it is too easy, but let's just look at that. What is that? What is 80% of? Is it 12?
I think so.
Yeah,
No.
now let's just check to see if you're right, shall we? So let's get 12 and let's increase it by 20% and see if you get 15. Okay?
Okay.
Now, do you get 15 if you increase 12 by 20%?
No, I don't think you do.
Well, I know you don't, but do you know how to increase 12 by 20%? Multiply it by 1.2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get 15, okay? So we've just shown everybody that the getting 80% method is definitely wrong. Are you happy with that, Austin?
Yeah.
Right. Now, what you have to do with these going back in time ones is or what I do is I set it up like this, look, and I'm going from here to here, right?
Yeah.
And I know that the answer at the end is 15. Now, if I was going from the start, then I would be increasing this by 20%, wouldn't I? Agreed?
Yeah.
So to increase by 20%, I would be multiplying by 1.2. Are you happy with that?
Yes.
So if I go forwards, I multiply by 1.2. So what shall I do to go backwards?
Divide by 1.2?
Let's try it. Do 15 divided by 1.2. What do you get?
12.5.
Now let's try it and see if it's right, shall we? Take 12.5, increase it by 20%, and see if you get 15.
Yeah, I get 15.
So it is 12.5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
that's what you want to get in your head. That work it out going forwards and then go backwards.
Mhm.
Okay, now it's 12 o'clock, so I won't be offended if you leave, but you're very welcome to stay if you want to ask about anything else. Okay.
Can you go through 7, please?
Yeah. Right, now 7. In this question, you are told that the mean mark for 30 students is that. So you can instantly do some maths. What can you instantly work out?
30 divided by 26.8.
The mean mark for 30 students is that. That means that they could have got that each, doesn't it? Do you agree? If
Yeah.
that's their mean mark. So that means that imagine all 30 of them written down, right? So that
Yeah.
means that we can work out the total of all of their marks.
Times it?
Yes. So the total of all of their marks is 30 times 26.8. Okay?
Yeah.
What is that?
804.
Nice. So the total of all their marks is 804. Now let's read the next paragraph. 13 of them are boys, okay? The mean mark for the boys was 25. What can you instantly work out?
Like 25 times 13.
The total for all the boys, 25 times 13.
So is it like all their marks?
Add it up.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What is their total?
325.
So, hey, wait a minute. If that's the total for everyone, 804, and the 325 is the total for the boys, what can you work out next?
The total for the girls.
Go on then.
So like 17 out of 30. Wait.
I agree with you that there are 17 girls. Absolutely right. There are 17 girls, yeah?
Yeah.
But what was their total mark? Because the total of the total marks for the whole class was 804. The total marks for the boys is 325. So what's the
Just
total for the girls?
you minus that.
Yeah, because the girls if the boys got 325, the girls must have got the rest of the marks, right?
Yeah.
So how many did they get?
479.
So the 17 girls got a total of 417 marks. Agreed?
Yeah.
So what does the question say? Find the mean mark for the girls.
So
What was their average mark?
that. Wait,
No,
no.
that's their total. That's the total of all their marks. So the mean mark will be the girls'
Oh,
total. Go on.
divided by 17.
Nice, well done.
Okay. So 28.2.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 28.2. That's right. Well done.
Okay.
Okay. So the trick is when you're given a mean and you know how many there are, you can instantly work out the total.
Okay.
Okay. No problem, Caleb. See you next week. Okay, folks, I've got about 5 more minutes. So if you want to ask me something, then please do.
Thank you, sir. I've got to go.
Okay, well, what'd you get, Will? What grade do you think you got?
I'll count up now. I haven't
Okay,
counted up
brilliant.
yet.
All right, see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So I've got to go as well. Thank
Okay, Ed, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy,
Did
thanks.
you recognize the completing the square stuff at the end?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, thanks,
Well
sir.
done. Good for you. Okay, see you
Thank
next
you.
week.
I've also got to go.
Okay, Austin, well done. Did you do okay?
Yeah, I did. I got the grade I wanted, so thank you very much.
What is that, Austin? What are you going for?
I'm hoping for a 7 because normally I get like a 6.
Oh, well, we definitely need to hope for a 7 then. Well done, you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye bye.
See you, Austin. What did you get, Jake, this time round? Did you avoid careless mistakes?
Yeah, I don't think I had anywhere near as many this time.
Oh, well done. That's good. That's progress. Well done.
So how's the first question so many marks?
Let's have a look. The first question on the paper.
Yeah, I was like thinking that
Um,
I was doing something wrong or not doing enough.
four,
How's that 4 marks?
4 marks. Well, it's because, well, but I mean, I hope you did the midpoint times by the frequency, got the total and divided by 48, yeah?
Yeah, I did exactly that.
Yeah, brilliant. Now, the reason why it's worth so many marks is because there are so many traps you can fall into just by forgetting what to do. So don't worry,
Yeah.
I won't go through what all the traps are because it might there's no point going through all that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. I'm going.
Okay, Isabel, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Brilliant. Okay, see you next week.
See you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay, all right, Jake. See you next week. Are you
Yeah.
happy, Mia? Is there anything you
Yeah.
want to ask?
No, it's fine.
Brilliant. Okay, well done. What sort of mark are you getting? Are you doing okay?
I'll count up like
Okay,
soon.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, have a good rest of the weekend.
You too.
Okay, bye.